looking at the back pages for you. The Sun saying the top of the strops. The Mirror saying VAR in the dock. The Express going with 100% penalty, and the Times, Klopp saying we were denied a clear penalty. So of course this was the dying minutes of injury time. Manchester City's Jeremy Doku put a high challenge on Liverpool's Alexis McAllister. So Jurgen Klopp clearly unhappy. Klopp fumes as Kop denied penalty. Martin Blackburn saying in the Sun this morning that Jurgen Klopp has raged after referee Michael Oliver and VAR Stuart Atwell denied at Liverpool 100% penalty.
See, that's the difference, Shebahn. If it was Michael Mac Oliver, in other words, a Scottish referee, that'd have been a penalty, wouldn't it?
Well, it's a really
that tube at Tynecastle.
It has struck up a debate. Don't go into the VAR in Scotland, because that's just a different kettle of fish at the minute. But it's another week where VAR is thrown into disrepute. But Klopp is just clearly making this very, very sharp that this was a penalty, but this is why VAR is here, and VAR agreed that it wasn't a penalty. However, inside the Sun today, Mark Halsey, former ref, said that Jeremy Doku could have had no complaints had Michael Oliver awarded Liverpool a last gasp penalty.
That's the problem you have, Shebahn, isn't it? I mean, you look back at it. We watched the highlights, and for me, it was a penalty. As much as I don't want to say that because I want Arsenal to win.
When did you see the highlights?
What are you talking about? When I got to the hotel, I saw the highlights.
There's Pinocchio here. When did you see that?
Are you serious? I went back to my room and saw the highlights of the game, the goals, and the big incidents. It takes 3 minutes to look at the highlights, Al. Where was you? You're following me around all night.
You've not got Sky in your room.
You're following me around all night.
You're lying again. You've no Sky in your room.
What? You ain't got it on your phone, no?
YouTube,
you're on your phone. You said I went
my
back to my room and looked on my telly, didn't he?
No, I didn't. I just
Anyway,
said I've seen it.
what else we got?
Well, Nuno Espirito Santo not happy with VAR either, because of course he thinks there's a bit of a conspiracy against Forest at the minute. He was livid at the weekend and slammed VAR for failing to send off Jacob Moder over his wild challenge on Nico Williams. Craig Pawson at Stockley Park agreed with the referee Michael Salisbury on field and called to show a yellow card. So Nuno went on after the game and said it's a red card, a serious mistake week after week. What is going on? Someone wants to put us down. No apologies given, but it's another case of managers against VAR.
Well, you wonder, the people in charge of VAR, that they get so many looks at it, right? The ref gets one look in live time unless it goes to the screen. They can see it. Some of the decisions they make is just beyond belief, especially. How long does it take to give offside? We're watching games going, he's offside. And
the lines are drawn.
Oh, God, honestly.
Yeah. The thing about VAR, we always thought that once it comes in, we ain't got nothing to talk about because they're going to get every decision spot on. But
I would bomb it.
The handball situation. I don't know what the handball situation is at the moment.
No one does.
I don't think the players know. The managers don't know what is handball, what is not. So I really do believe they need to have a really good shake up this summer.
Yeah.
And say, right, let's go around the clubs and explain exactly what we're going to give for a penalty for handball. So every player knows, every manager knows, and it's such a big.
It's the interpretation of it, isn't it? Shebahn, any just away from the Premier, because we're going to talk Premier all in the next 3.5 hours. But any fallout from Saudi, the boxing, where Joshua was so impressive?
Brilliant.
Well, yeah, I mean, just lots of positivity, I suppose, for Anthony Joshua. And what's ahead from next is that big fight against Alexander Usyk. That's what a lot of the British public want to see. But a second round knockout, there was a lot of predictions that AJ would have won it on points. But to go on and knock him out in the second round, the paper's just saying it's been a bit of a comeback. More focus in yesterday's papers, of course, on Anthony Joshua's win in Saudi Arabia. There's another big game for you tonight. I know you're mentioning that we've got Prem all day. Chelsea against Newcastle tonight is live on talkSPORT at 8 o'clock. Brilliant quotes today in the paper.
You make that, El?
Go and ask Todd to sack me. Maurizio Pochettino incredibly told Chelsea stars to talk to the chairman, Todd Bowley, if they don't think he's up to the job. Apparently he said if the players believe that with another coach they can do better, maybe they can talk to the owner or sporting
that's
director.
Disgusting, by the way. That is disgusting. Honestly, I just can't believe player power nowadays. That is just horrible. Going behind your manager's back and saying he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, that is just it's so wrong.
if that's been the case, I mean, if players have actually gone and done that, I guess what he's saying is that there's been a lot of fans chanting that they want Jose Mourinho back at the club. So he's almost bit back at the fans saying, well, if you think you can do better, maybe the players should go talk to the chairman about that. But it's going to be live on talkSPORT tonight. And also, Al, a massive weekend in the Six Nations. A huge result for England indeed. That was absolutely incredible. Beating Ireland in the dying moments, 23-22 at Twickenham. There's a lot of headlines in the papers today. The Daily Mail saying England have the country behind them at last after Borthwick's finest hour, and also the Times going for Borthwick isn't boring, he's cut from the same cloth. So England fans this morning waking up, if you're feeling positive, you have to hope that Ireland lose to Scotland in Ireland at the weekend, and of course you've got to hope then that England go and beat France at the weekend.
Well, how are we going to beat
Saturday.
the Irish in Dublin when we can't beat the Italians?
Well, the thing is, I mean, if Scotland can beat Ireland, it's a huge result then for England, but it's a hard place to go, and yeah, and Scotland have struggled, haven't they?
Okay, back with Shebahn a wee bit later. That was a look at today's back pages, some of them,